Hello and welcome to my tutorial on the ripple rolling rate tool on Premiere. It's quite good actually, I use it quite a lot. Let's get started. So I've got a short clip of Jason just walking on the roof of the building, putting some gloves on, and it's followed by another clip which doesn't actually link up in terms of what's happening, but for what we're doing it's absolutely fine. So if I go over here, they've got shortcuts to these tools as well. So if I zoom in just on my tools, and it's this one here that we want, which is ripple rolling rate tool. So ripple tool is the one we use most of the time. Okay, you can just use V for this shortcut as well, but B is its official shortcut. Okay, so when we're on this, I can, if I go to the middle of a clip, literally nothing's happening, you just get a frozen out. Or I could go to the end of a clip and make it shorter. So change my point in, or go to the end of the clip, change my point out. Okay, but you see the way it's actually closing it back up. So I've not got, so if I use V tool, if I trim the beginning of this, it leaves a gap. The difference with using the rolling tool is that it just closes the gap, so we've got that sort of straight off. So for example, I want to go back to the beginning of this. So I need to have it so where Jason's just come out. So I'm on the right tool. Like I say, B on the keyboard. And as I'm moving it, I can see two clips as to where. So just before he walks in, I let go. It nudges it back so that when it cuts from one to the other, he'd be stepping straight back out, which I know story-wise doesn't make sense, but for the demonstration of the clip, it works perfectly. Okay, so that is our ripple tool. Then we go to rolling tool, which this time it's rather than just trimming one of the clips. Okay, this time I get like so the arrows are going all the ways, so I can change the point in on or point out on the finished clip, and on the new clip I can change the point in. So it shows you again in the corner. I'll try and zoom in just a little bit to demonstrate easier. So if I grab that middle bit, I can move this. There you go, just caught up, catching. So I can change where that's happening. So if this was cutting on action, it will be easy. So when I let go, it's actually moved. So I'm changing the point in on one and the point out on the other. Okay, quite handy. If you've already synced it, sort of, if it's multi-camera, this would be really good for sort of moving stuff around, because you should be able to jump between the two shots and it be in sync, which is really good. Okay. Last is the one that I use the most, which is the rate tool. Your shortcuts, you've got B, N, R for rate tool. Okay, so this is where you can play around with the speed of the clip. Now, a lot of people, what they do is just be on V, which is the standard tool to moving stuff. You right click and you go into speed and duration, and you get this wonderful box here. So if you wanted to put it down to 50%, you just change this to 50. Oh, hello. And you slow the clip down by half. See, that's clip suddenly a lot longer now, and Jason, when he walks, is that slightly floaty 50% speed. Okay, I'm just going to undo that so the clip goes shorter back to that. So if I go to the rate tool, R for rate tool, you can literally just click and drag that clip and it will stretch it. Okay, so obviously if you're stretching it, it slows down, so it's just that tiny bit of slowdown, that little bit of floatiness. Okay, looks really good. This is really handy if you've got a clip and maybe you've synced all your audio and everything on this clip here, you've got a gap and you don't want, it's a bit of a pain. You can just rate tool and just stretch, a little bit of stretching. Works absolutely fine. All right, and you can sort of, it's quite good for music videos, that sort of stuff, as long as this bit's not lip synced. Now, obviously, you can turn this the other way and you can squeeze. So if you can see at the moment, it actually shows you what the percentage is that this is. So this is on 70%. Okay, if I squeeze it, okay, it's nearly on, not far off 200%. Okay, this will now be in fast forward. So if I zoom out to see Jason walking dead fast, oh, there he is. Hello. So there are your tools. Very handy. Ripple, rolling, and rate. have a go. Enjoy.